be too crazy. Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining us for 13 Plus. I'm Mary Coleman. We want to bring in meteorologist Corey Coates. I know the talk of the town right now is this tornado that touched down here in Tucson. Corey, lots of people scratching their heads. Lots of people have questions. So I told them, hey, if you guys have any, feel free to ask us on our Facebook Live while Corey kind of talks a little bit about what we know and talks about the forecast and all that good stuff. But yeah, Corey, I'll let you kind of tell us what the heck happened.
I didn't think I'd be talking about this today, Mary. And I remember I came in and our first alert forecaster, Allie Potter, was making a graphic about tornadoes. And I was like, Allie, why are you making
Is this
that?
a just in case? Yeah.
I was like, what, just in case? And right around noon is when the National Weather Service started communicating with us. Said, okay, we're looking at some damage of a possible tornado last night. I was like, are you sure? I'm like, there was no warning. There was nothing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't supposed to happen. But it happened. It's crazy. So let's now dive into the details of that tornado last night. Started off right about the Amazon Fulfillment Center near Kolb Road, and it ended.
This is not it, right?
No,
okay.
I'm sorry. That's just stock footage.
Sorry,
of a tornado.
guys. I just had to ask for myself because I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah. That is probably somewhere in Kansas or something out in the Central Plains. But yeah, 10:40 to 10:50, so only 10 minutes. But it carved a little over 3 mile path length there off the southeastern part of the Tucson metro. And is EF1, which means 86 to 110 mile per hour winds. Damage. We saw some trees down and some roof tiles blown off, but luckily minimal damage and luckily no injuries or deaths from this. And they released the path of the tornado, so it's off the south and east, really kind of riding along East Valencia Road, it looks like. Started off at 10:40, like I said, the Amazon Fulfillment Center ended at 10:53. 0.25 miles, an EF1 tornado.
So, sorry, Corey, I'm going to ask questions because I'm just curious for myself too, and I know some of our viewers are as well. So that path, does that mean it was on the ground from point A to point B the whole time?
Yeah, so that's the path of when it hit the ground
and stayed
on the ground and then lifted. And it was only there for 10 minutes, 3 mile path length.
Wow.
So and it was an EF1. Which I thought it'd be an EF0 because there was just not much signaling. But they say EF1, and how they measure the damage, EF scale, is through damage. So when you have an EF1 tornado, like I said, 86 to 110 miles per hour, that's really strong. And when you have winds like that, that can flip over mobile homes, and luckily we didn't see anything like that. And this is the radar imagery that was sent to us from the National Weather Service. So you're probably looking at this like it's a random painting of just some colors that mean nothing. I'm going to break it down for you. Here is this velocity. And it's tracking velocity from the radar, which is to the south and east. So imagine it's off the screen, off to the bottom right. And what those reds mean, that means away from the radar. Greens mean towards. And when you look for pretty strong away and towards winds close to each other, that's a couplet there, and you could get some circulation. So that's kind of the area of interest we were looking at. Yeah, so there's kind of the rotation we were expecting, and that's kind of where we think the tornado was.
Wow, that's very close to Little Town, so lots of houses out there.
Yeah, and I'm really happy that we just didn't see a ton of damage.
Yeah,
we saw some trees down. I mean, with an EF1, you saw like mobile homes can be flipped over. It can be very dangerous, but luckily minimal damage from this surprise, and I mean surprise, tornado last night. I think Arizona, last time I checked, 5 tornadoes every year in the whole state. Every year. And I don't know, Mary, you've been here for a while. I know you lived here and went to University of Arizona. Do you remember any times where you saw tornadoes?
No, I don't. I remember my parents telling me a story from back in the 80s where there was a pretty significant, and I don't even know if that was even confirmed that was an actual tornado back when, they were telling me about this. But I do remember them saying there was a neighborhood pet that was picked up and, a couple of other things. So it seems like maybe that's what it was. But no, nothing ever like this. I think, I'm not going to lie, I saw a lot of people using the laugh response on Facebook when we said there was a tornado.
I did too. I'm going to be honest.
It seems like it was a joke, right? Or it just seems like it's not plausible. But, what I want to talk about real quick, Corey, is a lot of people said, well, where the heck was the warning? That's the thing that I think a lot of people were upset about is we had a tornado touchdown, but there was no warning. And from what I gather, I know our John Macaluso spoke with the National Weather Service, and their response was it was just so fast and, everything happened so quickly, they didn't even have time to issue that, which I guess we don't have a lot of experience here in Tucson having to do that, so it makes sense.
But believe me, the National Weather Service is well equipped to do so, and I think it just was so quick. They get about a radar scan every 5 minutes, and when there's a tornado on the ground for just 10 minutes, it could have missed the scan, and I think this is the scan that looked the best, but I mean, as a meteorologist, it didn't look that impressive. I'm going to go back and show you. Unfortunately, we can't show exactly. Oh, hold on. Let me go back a little bit further. Okay, EF scale damage. Sorry, I cut a little bit quick. Okay, so that's kind of what we're looking at. Usually you just see the brighter the reds usually mean the stronger the winds, and then the brighter the greens. It's just not that impressive looking.
Sure.
So I just think they were looking at it, and they could have seen it, and they're probably thinking that's just kind of upper level rotation. And so it's just really surprising. And again, it's a radar scan, so it kind of goes up the farther away it is. So it could have gotten a little bit above where the tornado is.
Gotcha.
So kind of all those factors could have went against them triggering. I mean, there wasn't even a severe thunderstorm warning.
Yeah, no, it really, it was out of nowhere seemingly.
Yeah.
Hey friends, I see some extra people jumping on our Facebook Live. If you have any questions, Corey's here kind of breaking down what we saw last night with this tornado. Again, confirmed tornado out here in Tucson, a very rare sight, thank goodness, but something that a lot of people are talking about. So.
And you saw, and you got some good footage as well of the tornado. I'm going to actually go back here.
Sure.
Because, yeah, show kind of where the path is, just as we talk. I think you saw a video, and I saw you post on your Twitter.
Yeah.
Where was that from exactly?
That was in this area, as a matter of fact. Again, National Weather Service couldn't confirm, just because we don't have so many specifics from that video on whether this was indeed the tornado that we're talking about. But yeah, I mean, there's clearly some sort of funnel cloud there. It took me a minute to figure it out because it's in the dark, and I couldn't see a whole lot. But I had a couple people point it out, and they're like, "Oh, there it is to the right." And yeah, sure enough, there was something.
I mean, that's another reason why I think we're lucky, is because nighttime tornadoes are far more deadly for
Sure.
obvious reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, it's dark, you can't see it coming. So certainly more hidden. So I'm really lucky, because this is a populated area here in southeast Tucson that we really got kind of a best case scenario in terms of damage and impacts here.
Good.
But yeah, tornado in Tucson. Hopefully
Not on our bingo card for
No, I mean,
for this year.
if I were to tell you, okay, what are the odds if there was a tornado yesterday or I get struck by lightning? I would have said probably a better chance I get struck by lightning.
Sure, me too.
So
yeah.
I guess hopefully I don't get struck by lightning. Hopefully not.
Yeah,
with
pretty
those
crazy.
odds.
Pretty crazy, Corey.
Yes.
Yep. Well, no questions. I'm surprised. I just have Donna saying hello. Hi, Donna, if you're still on. So, but yeah, I mean, if you guys have any questions again about this tornado last night, we are all ears. I know, again, people were kind of joking about it. I had a guy say, well, it was a chair flipped over. And, well, we saw some of the damage was, not the worst, but trees definitely uprooted in some places. So
let's go back, kind of talking about the winds. I mean, EF1, 86 to 110 mile per hour winds. That's no joke.
Scary, yeah.
I mean, we're talking about some pretty strong winds here. And just imagine like a severe thunderstorm warning with those winds. Spread out over a larger distance, that would cause extensive damage. So again, lucky we didn't have too much damage. Some trees and roofs down, no deaths or injuries.
Good.
86 to 110. I mean, that is strong. Wow, it's really shocking that this happened last night.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you, Corey, for doing all the background on this. Again, something very exciting and very interesting to all of us Tucsonans who don't get to see it very often. Again, just thankful everyone's okay. There's minimal damage. Hope everyone's pets are okay. I know that's sometimes silly to say, but that's always my concern too. Small dogs and all of that. So yeah, friends, well, thank you so much for joining us. Corey will have your forecast. You on at 9 and 10 tonight, Corey?
9 and 10, that's right.
9 and 10, everyone. Hopefully you will join us for 13 News at 9 on Fox and then at 10 on CBS. So
absolutely.
have a good night. We'll see you guys later.